Hello everyone, my name is Jakey and today I will be recording the journey from London Paddington to Reading, calling at Slough, Maidenhead, Twyford. Now the first thing you are going to want to do to stay on time is depart as soon as possible and set up the lights and everything else when you're already moving. Now, because it is a 35 zone, you can put your throttle on full. Now the next thing to do is enable AWS, which, as I said earlier, is the control so that if the next signal is something other than green, it will alert you, and if you ignore the alert, it will emergency brake you. The next thing is the cab light, which is just this button here, and we can see. So now we next need to make sure the train lighting is on, which it isn't. So let's go train lighting on. And finally, the front lighting of the train, we put that on day, and I need to slow down because I'm over speeding a little bit. And you can see when the front lights are on, the back lights are automatically on as well. So now we are now heading out of London Paddington. There is a 50 zone coming up, so we'll just keep it on throttle 3 to maintain a constant speed. But calling passing is firstly Slough in 17 miles, and then Maidenhead and Twyford, and finally Reading. I will be running you through basically how to drive this route. When we get to the points where we're cruising along at 90 miles an hour, which there is a lot of on this route, I will skip ahead to when we are approaching the next station. Because honestly, and I'm not going to time lapse it, because honestly I think you should check it out for yourself, because it is a beautiful game. The scenery's done great. So you should honestly check out like the scenery and all that for yourself. And I'd just be skipping ahead to when we're about a mile and a half from Slough, and then I'd be teaching you how to stop. But come up here, I think there we've got the 50 zone, so we'll give a bit of throttle. But the speed limit only like changes when the back of your train's past it, because obviously it applies to your whole train. There's another 50 zone there for other merging tracks. I'm going to reduce it a tiny bit. A little bit more braking because we are overspeeding again, which we do not like. Now there's an 100 zone coming up, so that means in a minute we'll be accelerating to 100 miles an hour. And from then I'm going to skip it to Slough because you can only go 90, so there isn't any sort of like maintaining a speed. So now we can put it on full throttle and we'll be in Slough shortly, but I'm going to stop the recording now and I'll see you again when we are about a mile and a half. So we are now approaching Slough, as you'll see. And usually these networkers can stop easily in half a mile, but I usually prefer to put on some initial braking just before that if I'm on a longer route where I'm going like faster, like at 90 miles an hour rather than 60, which is the most you can usually accelerate up to on the slow lines out of London. And now we are getting closer. I'll put on braking 2 and 500 yards I'll put on full service. We need to gradually be putting the brakes on so we're not flying forward like when you slam the brakes. So now we can reduce the braking a fair bit and just roll down the station. Now you will notice that we are a bit late, and that's because we had some problems further down the line, so we had to slow down a bit. But it is hard to keep time on this route because you are driving a 166, which says a top speed of 90 miles an hour, even though it does accelerate faster on effectively what is the schedule for a HST. So we're at 9.1 miles an hour. We're just going to roll in to Slough. So when we reach that second coach, we're gonna put on a little bit more braking, just a little bit, to bring us down to about 5. Then we're gonna roll a bit more forward. And we need to be ready to brake. And just put it on 1 when we're about 8 yards away. And that is a pretty good stop. And we leave the brakes on any sort of braking setting. I'm going to leave them on braking once so we don't roll away. And the doors are opening. Now, while you're waiting for the train to finish loading, it is quite fun to walk around, explore the station, because you can do that. You can get out of the cab while you're loading a station and explore in this game. It's interesting to see how, because it is effectively a HST route, they make us stop at the HST marker. Is there even a 3-car marker on this platform though? Well, let's go see. There's a lot of people got off at Slough. Doesn't seem to be any sort of 3-car marker actually. So why is the HST stop marker? Shouldn't that just be like the S stop marker? Also, something else I noticed, when you do drive a HST here, the power car is like the back end and half a carriage hangs off the edge of the platform, so I think there should be a HST stop marker a bit further back for when you have the power car. But I reckon that should be an S. Now, while the doors close, we can put it on full throttle and we won't start accelerating until our doors have closed. But that will just make us depart a bit more precisely timed. And we're off already. And the next station is Maidenhead, which is only 5.6 miles away. We might not even be able to reach 90 miles an hour in this time. But we've got it on full throttle, so... Oh, also that branch down there, that goes to the Windsor and Eton Central branch. So if we go free camera, we can't look far down there because obviously it's not part of this map. We're not meant to be able to. But that would, in theory, go to Windsor and Eton Central. Windsor and Eton, yeah. And here's my train. In case you're wondering what the hotkey for free camera is, it's 8. But I'm gonna stop recording now and I'll see you again when we are again near Maiden. So as you can see, we are now approaching Maidenhead. And we haven't quite been able to make it up to 90, so I'll probably leave the initial braking a bit later, probably to about 0.9 or 0.8. But let's begin slowing in a minute. Currently 84 miles per hour. So that's initial braking, or braking 1. It's not called initial on this train. Yeah, we started at roughly 0.8. Chances are I'll be recording the whole way from Twyford to Reading because there is some points when you have to slow down to change junctions, so you're on the slow tracks to terminate there. It's a few yards away, so we'll be going on braking 2 now, and we may not need to go on braking 3. I swear I saw another train. Yeah, we should be fine to stop on braking 2, which is good, because then we don't have to use full service. We are running about 3 minutes late, but as I said, it's a schedule designed for HSTs, and this isn't a HST, so what do you expect? Let's get a little bit more reduction to lose a little bit more speed. Let's make a precise stop. About 10 yards away, probably finish the braking off. I'd say that was a pretty good stop. Now we'll open the doors and again have a look around. Let's watch the doors while they open so we don't have a fault or anything. all fine. It's like when at Twyford on the Henley branch, when they depart, the driver always looks out the window and makes sure the door's shut. And we can see the back of our train. Beautiful train. I love these trains. This route, yeah, it's got special memories for me because once a while back I had a really fun night because I took the train to London. Obviously, on the way out, it was a fast IET service to see the Amazons in Brixton, and then I took the train back. And the train back was one of these on the exact same route, except we were on the slow lines. And at one point, we saw the Night Riviera, the GWR sleeper pass. But it was really cool when when I rode the route and we got back at like 1 a.m. Oh, that was a great night. I had so much fun. And as I said, while we're closing the door, we can put on full throttle. You can put on full throttle while you're loading, but it doesn't make a difference as to if you do put it on while you're opening your doors. So now we've got 6.7 miles for Twyford. We probably will just about reach about 80 or 90 miles per hour, and I'll see you again when we're... So we are now approaching Twyford. It's 1.3 miles away. We'll probably do the same things last time with putting the initial brakes on a mile away. We are not quite at 90 miles an hour, but let's give it 0.9. And let's initial braking. That's the station just down there. Just like the second bridge, I think. And now we are within yards. Let's give it braking 2. Brakes on this thing, because it's a multiple unit, they are really powerful. Which is good, because it means you don't need to stop really early. Something interesting. Currently on the fast tracks at Twyford, you have a sign that says no service from this platform, even though currently the fast platforms are still open rather than being closed off at like Tilehurst. Even though they do have a fence between them, they usually have like the fence open. So that's weird to see. But let's be stopping it now. And let's release the doors, set the brakes back. While the doors are open, we can have the throttle on full actually, as I said earlier, and we won't go flying off because the doors are open. But let's have a look around this station, because recently I've been cycling to this station, then going train spotting here, so that all looks pretty standard. Not the outside doesn't exactly look realistic, but I mean, did you expect them to focus on that really rather than the actual station? No. Lifts all in the right place and all that. I don't think I've ever been on that platform there before. The middle platform. I think I have once. But usually I either go on the fast or this one, because this one you've got your Henley shuttle. Which in this game, because this game doesn't have 165, they've got 166 on it, which is kind of triggering. But yeah, that branch round there where the platform turns off is the Henley branch. But now let's be getting back in the front of our train because it's time we depart. And now I probably won't be cutting away this time because there is some points where there's some junctions where you have to turn off, so you're on the slow tracks to obviously terminate, because this route is... Hang on. Because this route is 1D 46 to Reading. It shouldn't say on foot there, but I remember it is 1D46 Paddington to Reading. That's really weird. It still thinks I'm on foot. Oh well, so let's be accelerating. There's a green signal up there, but that won't trigger my AWS because it's green. But I'm going to cut away actually just briefly and I'll be back with you when we need to start slowing. So as you all see, we are getting our caution signals. I just had the AWS for that. And our slower speed restrictions as we do near Reading. So we are 2.1 miles away at 76 miles an hour. After this 95, I reckon there'll be a junction taking us to the other track. So let's... I'm aware that in front of us, if we look on the map, there is another train in front. So we may have to wait outside the platform for a short while. Yeah, a 40 zone coming right up, so we're going to want to put braking 2 for that. And we are approaching Reading, which is in fact, as you can probably tell by the fact that a lot of my videos start there and a majority based around there, is my local station. It's a beautiful station, honestly. We are overspeeding a little bit, but we should be not overspeeding any moment. See, we get a 90 zone when we go back onto the slow tracks, but if we accelerate, it will just like slow us down again. So we'll just keep it like around 40 now. There is a 30 zone coming up. I am aware that if we look on the map, because we are running late, this other train's got in front of us. So we may have to idle outside the station for a short while. At 0.7 miles away, we're rolling in now. As I say, let's keep it slow so we can definitely stop it. Let's put the throttle to off. Yeah, we've got a red signal before the platform, which means we will be waiting for another train in front of us because we are 4 minutes late, meaning it's been able to get in front of us. I think if we were on time, we wouldn't be behind it, but we are. Still says on foot, which is weird, but let's just be rolling forwards. You always want to stop as near to the signal as possible, so you have to travel less distance when it clears. What I don't get is why can't we go into this empty platform ahead? Yeah, I know my way around the station, and we could easily get out the same way the other side. Easily. No shunting at all. Right, let's acknowledge the red signal. Yeah, there's a train in front. RIP. Or even, why can't we go into that platform? We could easily get to the same place, the other side. And the announcement can say, this is a platform diversion, because I actually hear that a lot. Like, often they terminate trains that are meant to go into 1, 2, and 3, the bay platforms. Right, stop. They're meant to go into platforms 1, 2, and 3, which are the bay platforms for your information. But they get diverted to 7 or 8 because they can. So, and then another train has to be diverted, but yeah, there's that train in front. When's it gonna depart? I hope it doesn't cause us any problems or big delays. Let's have a look. Also, Reading platforms, yeah, 14 cars long, right? Easily hold 8 or 12 car trains. Easily hold 12 car on the slow, 10 or 80 car on the fast. Why can't we share this platform? Yeah, we are meant to stop exactly where he is stopped. Well, he's giving us an example of a perfect stop, isn't he? But mate, can you get on with it, please? One 66206. Hurry up! I'm waiting. Get on with it. It would be nice if we have boards in this so I know what time that train is fucking off. Excuse my language. Is that moving? No. Get on with it, May. I don't have all day. I'm already 7 minutes late. This is why you should try and be early on this route. Skip Slough, who needs it? I'm just going to end the video here because I can't be bothered to wait for him. But thanks for watching. I taught you all the stations all the way down, except for this one because that guy got in the way. But thank you so much for watching this video. Greatly appreciated. That's all for me, and bye.